$72 million buys one jet on this list. And that's not even the wildest one. These are the private planes Hollywood's biggest stars actually own, ranked from impressive to absolutely insane. Let's start at number 7 with Harrison Ford. To the world, he's Han Solo and Indiana Jones. But in aviation circles, he's something else entirely. A serious, lifelong pilot who holds a real license and flies himself regularly. Ford doesn't own one aircraft, he owns 8, ranging from a vintage 1929 biplane to a float plane. But the jewel of the fleet is his Cessna Citation Sovereign 680, registered N6GU, finished in a deep forest green livery he nicknamed Hans. This super mid-sized jet hits Mach 0.80 and carries a range of roughly 3,200 nautical miles, enough to take Ford from his 800-acre Wyoming ranch to Los Angeles, New York, or Miami without ever touching down. He paid around $18 million for it. And here's what makes him unique. He doesn't just own the plane. At 82 years old, he's still a licensed active pilot who flies it himself. That alone makes him one of the most compelling figures in celebrity aviation. But the next name took flying even further. Number 6 is Jackie Chan, and he isn't just an owner, he's the official brand ambassador for Embraer, the Brazilian aerospace giant. Think about that. The man performed his own stunts in over 150 films, and he's so devoted to aviation that the manufacturer made him their face. He was the first customer in China to receive not one, but 2 of Embraer's signature jets. His first, acquired in 2012, was a Legacy 650, wrapped in a stunning red and gold dragon design with his personal initials. Instantly one of the most recognizable private jets in all of Asia. Then in 2016, he took delivery of a brand new Embraer Legacy 500, valued at around $20 million. It climbs to 45,000 feet, carries a range of roughly 3,125 nautical miles, and was the first mid-sized business jet to use full fly-by-wire digital flight controls, technology you'd normally only find on a commercial airliner. Chan uses the Legacy 500 for shorter regional hops, while the bigger 650 handles the long ocean crossings. It's a beautifully curated 2-jet strategy. At number 5, Matt Damon keeps a quieter profile than most of his peers, but his choice of aircraft screams volumes. Damon has been confirmed as a primary operator of a Bombardier Global 7500 registered through a company in South Dakota. And the Global 7500 isn't just big, it's widely considered the world's largest and longest range purpose-built business jet. Its maximum range is 7,700 nautical miles. That's enough to fly nonstop from New York to Singapore. Its top speed touches Mach 0.925, fast enough to outrun the schedule of nearly any commercial airline. Inside, 4 distinct living zones. Think of them as rooms at 40,000 feet, a forward lounge, a dining area, a main cabin, and a private suite with a full-sized bed. Add a dedicated crew suite and a full kitchen, and you've got a flying apartment. The starting price for a new one is roughly $72 million. It has already set over 100 officially recognized speed records, and yet the next name on our list owns this exact same jet and then adds a second one beside it. Number 4 is Tyler Perry, and his story might be the most remarkable in all of Hollywood. From homelessness to building his own movie studio and a net worth past $1 billion, his fleet mirrors that climb. Perry owns 2 private jets. The first is an Embraer Lineage 1000 delivered to his aviation company in 2017. Now, the Lineage 1000 is a converted regional airliner, and the transformation is staggering. In airline service, that airframe seats around 100 passengers. In Perry's configuration, it becomes 5 luxurious cabin zones, a master bedroom, a walk-in shower, 3 lavatories, lounge areas, a dining space, and a dedicated office carrying up to 19 people across the Atlantic nonstop. But he didn't stop there. In January 2025, Perry took delivery of his own Bombardier Global 7500, registered with his initials, complete with that signature Floating base Nuage seating, another $72 million aircraft. Speaking of two-jet fleets, the next man owns a pair so elite, one of them made global headlines. At number 3, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, consistently one of the highest-paid entertainers on the planet. So it's no shock he owns not one, but two of the finest jets in the sky. His Bombardier Global 7500, tail number N1089, is a 2021 model he acquired in 2023, valued at roughly $72 million, based at Van Nuys and managed by a premier luxury aviation firm. It gives The Rock 4 living zones, a full-size kitchen, a principal suite, and that Nuage seating, all inside a cabin standing 6'2" tall and stretching over 54 feet long. Alongside it, he keeps a Gulfstream G650, and that aircraft made dramatic news in late March 2025 when it suffered a hydraulic overheating emergency on a flight from Hawaii to Houston. Johnson documented it himself, describing how his pilot came back, knelt down face to face, and told him plainly they could not continue flying over the ocean. The jet returned safely to Hawaii. He missed the event he was traveling to, but walked away grateful for his crew, a reminder that even the most advanced aircraft on Earth come down to the people in the cockpit. Number 2 is John Travolta, and there's no aviation story in Hollywood quite like his. Travolta earned his pilot's license at 22 and holds 8 jet-type ratings, including the Boeing 747, the 707, a Learjet, and even a vintage British Vampire jet. He lives in a Florida fly-in community where he can taxi an aircraft right up to his own front door. But his legacy is one specific machine, a Boeing 707 registered N707JT and named Jet Clipper Ella after his children. This was one of only 13 specially shortened 707s ever built for Qantas, first delivered to the airline back in 1964. Travolta bought it in 1998, restored it meticulously, painted it in full Qantas livery, and turned the commercial fuselage into a private home in the sky with 2 bedrooms and lounge areas. In 2017, he donated it to a historical aircraft society in Australia, and getting it there became an epic journey. By early 2026, the plane had been carefully dismantled in Georgia and loaded onto a ship bound for New South Wales, where it'll be restored and displayed for generations. Travolta has called it a beautiful historical aircraft. And number 1 is Tom Cruise. He got his pilot's license in 1994, flew his own sequences in the Top Gun films, and when he's not on set, he's in a cockpit. For Cruise, aviation isn't a hobby, and it's a second identity. His primary jet is a Gulfstream G4, valued at around $20 million, powered by 2 Rolls-Royce engines and carrying a range near 4,220 nautical miles, a nonstop hop from Los Angeles to London. It seats up to 19, and it was the first business jet in history with a fully glass cockpit. Inside, it's exactly what you'd expect. Plush reclining leather, a sofa that folds into a bed, a gourmet galley, and the detail that captures the man completely, a private screening room with high-definition monitors and surround sound. Because for Tom Cruise, even a 12-hour flight is a chance to watch a film. But here's what truly separates him from every other name. While the Gulfstream handles his schedule, his heart belongs to a North American P-51 Mustang, a genuine World War II fighter built in 1946 that he bought in 2001 after a full restoration. It's not a showpiece. He flies it himself. And here's the connection that makes it unforgettable. In the final scene of Top Gun Maverick, Cruise's character escapes aboard a P-51 Mustang. That aircraft on screen is not a prop. It's the real Mustang Tom Cruise personally owns and flies. When audiences cheered that moment in theaters around the world, they were watching a genuine aviator at the controls of his own warbird. There are very few moments in cinema where the line between actor and character dissolves so completely. That's 7 stars, 7 jets, and 7 completely different relationships with the sky. So here's the question I want you to settle in the comments. Which one of these would you take to the skies? The restored Boeing legend, the flying mansion, or the man who flies a real fighter plane? Drop your pick below, hit that like button, and subscribe, because the next collection we open up is even more extreme. We'll see you on the next one.